Hello and welcome, it is I, Patchworth, your game clown, once again, and we're going to continue with our Awesomenauts tutorial looking at the characters themselves, the knots of awesomeness, as it were. This one will probably be shorter episodes. I'll just showcase each of the characters, sort of give you a basic overview of their loadout, and since I won't be able to see all of them until I finish off my random run series, we'll just have to sort of show you what is coming in the future, and I'll try to give you some tips. If you want any advanced theory crafting and different types of builds, I definitely recommend you check out the Awesomenauts website. There are quite a few different types of builds there, as well as advanced backstories for each one of these characters, which are oftentimes hilarious. So I'll give you a link to that, and I highly recommend you check it out. But for a first look and basic overview, feel free to strap yourselves in and let's get awesome. So we're doing practice so that we can actually sort of casually look at each one of these characters, maybe show you a couple of different techniques, but I can't guarantee that I'll get in anything all that great. As you've already seen, I don't play all the characters very well, but I've been playing the game long enough that I at least understand the principle behind each one of them. So we're going to randomize our character here, and we'll start from the original team. The original team consisted of, it was these guys right here, and Yuri. So it was 6 characters total at the very beginning. One thing I didn't actually mention is something that, what was it? Each one of these does have skins available. This one I actually enjoyed. This one was actually for charity, so I enjoyed buying that one. I mostly only have skins for the characters that I do play a lot. I wouldn't mind having all of them because it does add a new level of interest for these characters. And before I get started with the first one, let me just sort of give you an introduction to each person. We have Froggy G, we've got Lone Star, Leon, who you've seen, Clunk, our friend Voltar, Gnaw, who I'm sure you've heard about, Coco Nebulon, Scalder, Yuri, Raylan, Derple, my buddy Derple, love you Derp. Boo! He's a badass. Oh, and that's also Susie. That is the announcer that I have on my playthroughs. We've got Vinny and Spike. We've got Genji, Ayla, who we've also played, Admiral Swiggins, who, as I had mentioned, well, we'll get into that later on. Ted McPain, Penny Fox, Sentry X58, and Scree, my new favorite. But we're going to start off with Froggy G. Okay, now, since I don't have his loadout set up yet, let's actually do that while we do it. Just as a review, the bottom here is our move ability, and Froggy, of course, has a pretty decent jump and some decent speed as well. This underside here gives you various health bonuses. Most of these are set up pretty much similar, but certain characters have different types of abilities. Everybody pretty much has the Power Pills Turbo, which will increase your health. The Medican, a lot of people have the Medican, which will slowly regenerate your character over time. Space Air Max will increase movement speed. However, certain characters like Lone Star and Penny Fox have something different right here, which gives them slightly enhanced mobility options. The Solar Tree actually gives you a little bit of solar as you progress, so if you're really good at the game, or for like Vinny and Spike, who have a lot of solar-based abilities, that's a good option. You have a piggy bank, which gives you a little extra bonus right at the beginning, but it's a one-time thing, so use it sparingly, only if you don't want much of this and you just need that little boost right at the beginning. And the baby curry mammoth, which reduces the effect of all debuffs. So, and that's all the different types of things that can cripple your character at the beginning. So, since I don't know much about him, we're just going to go with speed and solar tree. Now, your weapon, he actually has like a water pistol and a couple of different options for that. You've got your swirling octopus cartridges, which increases your range. Most characters have some kind of range ability. Damage, that's pretty standard with most characters. Attack speed, pretty much standard for all characters. You've got your Viridian Eel cartridges. Now, this one's interesting because this means you can pierce through enemies and hit multiple in your path. This one's good for crowd control. It allows you to take out various droids, and can also pierce through characters as well. So if you've got a cluster of Awesomenauts, good way to take out a group of them. The mutant worms will give you an extra shot of damage after hitting with a splash dash or tornado. So when you connect with one of these abilities, your next shot will cause extra damage. I'm not great with a skill shot, so I will pretty much ignore that in any character that has that ability. Not common, but a couple of different characters have that. And this one is actually like projectiles. You'll actually see those in a couple of characters, and it sort of like causes little bullets to splurt out from the end of your gun. I'm just going to go with damage, and I usually do the piercing. Now, Tornado is interesting. Tornado it turns him into essentially a swirling ball of damage. You can cause pretty high amounts of damage depending on your speed, and there is some benefits to that as well. So, pardon me. Alright, so the boombox increases the damage of Tornado, pretty important. Movement speed. With this one here, you can actually move pretty damn fast as a Tornado, so that's pretty recommended. It's good for both escape and for chasing down faster characters to cause as much damage as possible. Damage absorbing shield during Tornado. This gives you a shield, and it makes you more difficult to be hurt when you're actually in Tornado. I think this actually used to deflect all damage whatsoever, making him a pretty OP character for quite a long time back in the early days. It looks like they've patched that out. The duration of the Tornado means that you can stay a Tornado for longer. Right here it explodes when you actually finish your Tornado. So if you're chasing somebody down and you finish off your Tornado, you have like a little explosion of damage. Can be pretty devastating. And you can actually reflect bullets. I've never really figured out how that works, so I usually just ignore that. If anybody else knows, please feel free to leave a comment below. What I'm going to end up doing is damage, speed, and absorbing Tornado. One thing that you can actually do with this is it's good for taking out turrets as well as Awesomenauts, because if you do the damage Tornado or the damage absorbing shield with the explode, you can actually cause that damage to turrets as well as the bots. And that'll give you a little bit of extra boost, especially if the turret is pretty low. But I'm just going to go with this for right now. Now, the Splash Dash is actually kind of interesting. The Splash Dash allows you to speed ahead pretty quickly, and you cause damage, and you also have a bit of a slow on that. For example, the hydro damage, pretty basic. Slowing effect, which causes the characters to slow down. You can do that as well. I'm going to cooldown. With an assault skill like this, a lot of them have the cooldowns. I'm going to use that only to get that new off, because as I said, that sort of annoys me. And let's see. So he's actually got 2 cooldowns. If you've got both of these guys, you can just sort of like splash dash all over the level, like phew, 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 phew. The hammer pants, and when you actually hear his character, he's essentially like a rapper frog. So he's got a lot of the old school 80s style, rapper kind of vernacular. It's actually quite amusing. Very reminiscent of Rapping Frogs, which was a cartoon back in the late, I think early 90s. I'm a huge cartoon nerd if you haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, when you use this ability, if you splash dash down and you hit a surface, it'll actually cause, I guess, like an explosion of damage. I don't know. I never use it, so I don't know exactly how that whole thing works. And basically just damage over here. So he's an early character. You can unlock most of his stuff fairly early. But all that is neither here nor there. Let's take a look and see how he plays. All right. And dropping down. You know what? I would rap if I could rap, because that would be a prime time to do that. So as you can see, pretty speedy character. Most of your characters have different speeds that they can go at. So, that's something to consider depending on your play style. Splash dash. Alright, so boop. And a boink. Okay, so use our creeps as an example here. Here's your gun. Shush, 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 shush. And then you can smush these guys. If I were to have the ninja worms to give the cut through, I'd have been able to kill both of them at the same time. Boing, boing. All right, now splash dash. Shwoosh. Da 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 da. Gotcha. Bo bo bo. And tornado. Uh-oh. So those are the abilities as you will see them used in this playthrough. Obviously, when you first start out, you're pretty weak. There is, however, an achievement that you... This is what I'm talking about with the old movements. You can actually get like little animations depending on what direction your gun is pointed in, and just love the tongue lolling out. Just la 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 la. Oh, and as you can see, Splash Dash actually does pass through characters. That allows you to take out multiples. So if you were to Splash Dash through a bunch of them, you can slow them down, gives them a little bit of a stun, and then you can take them out with a larger attack like Derple's nukes. Flunk! And, oops, oop, come on, come on, come on, come on, oop, wait a minute. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, pretty efficient, as you can see. You can use that to great efficiency when you do Froggy. I am not quite that efficient with it. Let's actually check out the speed and the shots go that pierce through enemies. So pretty speedy. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. All right. Oops. Boing. So yeah, as you can see, your splash dash actually does stop when you hit a wall. Whop bonk. All right. Now. Whoa. Oh, dang it. as you can see, my aim's always off. Aim is always off. Oh, here we go. This might be a good opportunity to whoosh, whoosh. See, you can kill both of those guys at the same with the Pierce. He is basically kind of like a scout character from Team Fortress 2. Oh, that was beautiful. Did you see that? That's a good technique right there. With all that. So yeah, he's a good character. You want to pretty much be moving a lot with him. You don't want him to be standing still. Mobility, escape, sudden damage. Most of your technique you're going to want to sort of splash dash and then immediately follow up with your tornado while they're still stunned. I think they used to have like an increase of stun, but it's been quite a while since I've efficiently used Froggy. Okay, so that's basically, and look at it, he's probably got the highest jump out of any other character in the game. Now, even though I don't ever use it, so I can't say for certain if it actually works, with your Hammer Pants Ground Pound, what you should be doing is, you jump and then you splash down like that. And I guess that's supposed to cause damage. Again, I don't use it, so I've never actually seen it because my aim is terrible. Sorry, guys. Like I said, if you want advanced theory crafting, I'm not the guy, but you can check it out on the Awesomenauts website, which I will leave in the link below. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Froggy. A really good character, really strong, always been a good solid character to use. Sort of a fan favorite. You see him a lot. And aside from that, I guess I can just show off the different skins that he's got. So let's go back to the main page here, exit, and show you the different skins that are available. Skins are available in the store. There are a couple of them that are not available. I think specifically the ones that you got for helping to kickstart the Starstorm. You've got your Froggy in a sort of like swim trunk sort of thing. You've got your Pimp Frog. It's pretty badass. And the Starstorm one is really amazing. You will notice that I don't have these. I hadn't been playing for months and months when that was all going down, and I was unfortunately very broke, and it was either between buying Starstorm and eating that month, so I had to make a decision, and unfortunately did not get in with this one, but maybe someday I will hopefully get a chance to help kickstart the next one, the next expansion, which I'm hoping will happen because, like I said, this is a great game. So that's it for Froggy, guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the tutorial, and we will pick this up the next time. So until then, cheers all.